is your heart allegiance? Where is your primary loyalty placed? Or to whom? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 3 of the double Torah portion, Matot, Masei, meaning tribes and journeys. Let's go to Bamidbar, Numbers, chapter number 31, and let's read the first 3 verses. And Yahweh spoke to Moshe, saying, Take vengeance for the children of Israel on the Midianites, and after that you are to be gathered to your people. And Moshe spoke to the people, saying, Arm some of yourselves for the campaign, and let them go against the Midianites to take vengeance for Yahweh on Midian. A casual reading there, we would probably skip some very important parts. So let's take our time, take a little closer look at what's being said. First of all, let's notice that the command from Yah is to take vengeance for Bnei Israel. Remember how they cheated you. Remember how that they seduced you. Remember how that they stole your heart allegiance away from Yah, caused it to become fleshly oriented, more carnally aligned, and that you began to give your allegiance then to Baal Peor. And for that, tens of thousands of people died. Not a good thing. In verse 3, however, the wording is a little different. Moshe says to take vengeance for Yud, He, Vav, He. So is the vengeance for Israel or for Yah? The reality is, the answer is yes. It's both. If we look at the word that is used here for vengeance, it is nakom, a nun, a kuf, and a mem. The heir's time of might be a rendering of the meaning of the letters. The form that is used here of the word nakom is nakomat. So we are adding a tav at the end, which is the sign of the covenant. The heir's time of might for the covenant. The cause here is the covenant. Yah has given his covenant. This covenant belongs to him. The details of which we read belong to him. The promises are his. And the people to whom he gives these promises are again his, of his own choosing. Literally for us, of his own making. He raised up Avraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, and caused them to become men of the covenant. He personally related to them, developed relationship with them, and they with him. And so we have a resulting covenant that is passed down from generation to generation to those that will observe it and keep it and guard it. Even the stranger can come in, the ger, and participate in this covenant and be included. Thank you, Father, that you have made a way to include us. So the reality here is then that the cause is the covenant that says that there is to be a Mashiach, the promised seed, who will bring about deliverance and redemption, and who will also inherit the land that was promised to Abraham, and that he will share this land, this kingdom, this territory, this inheritance with those who are with him. So for the cause of the covenant, the Midianites' ploy and their desire was to lure Israel, all 12 tribes, away from the tenets of the covenant, from the righteousness that they walked in to maintain the covenant, and bring them down to parity with their own level. Make no mistake about it, that what the world wants for you and I, from you and me, is parity. They want to bring us down to the place to where we're no different than they are, that everybody is the same. So let's blur all boundaries. Blur our boundaries of religious belief, of life practice, of gender identity, of sexuality, of political alliances, There is a move that has been underway for some time now, for some decades, of blurring the national lines to where countries are all morphed into a one world identity. And we know from whom that stems. It's the spirit of the Antichrist. And so we have this homogenous, it takes a village, globalistic mindset where everyone is brought down to the same level. We all have equality among ourselves, and there's no uniqueness, but there's always a remnant. There's always this monkey wrench called the remnant that is thrown into their plans. This monkey wrench of a people. We are, first of all, demonstrating our loyalty to Yah, not to man. We cannot be threatened. We cannot be maligned and slandered and accused, shamed into compliance. We will not assimilate. We will not take what you're trying to force upon us. We will not use a different identity. We will not choose a different Elohim. We will not relent and choose no Elohim at all. We will never fit in your village. We will never be a part of your global plan. Because our first loyalty is to our Creator. And instead of trying to rid the earth of too many inhabitants, we're following the plan of Yah, who says, fill the earth with those that are loyal to me. So we have this friction and this combative nature. Now, we wish to do no one any harm. We desire to do no violence to any man, and I would encourage that mindset. But we are not a pacifist people. We are those who will defend the name of Yah and defend his kingdom. Yah says, defend your honor. Moshe calls for a higher honor. Let's defend Yah. And so it is that when there are voices that malign and accuse, when they slander us, when they maliciously treat us, we are not allowed to take up personal vendettas. When someone openly, publicly disagrees with you, it's offensive. And it can get your rile raised up. It can get your hair raised up, so to speak. But let's lay aside personal vendettas. They come to no good. Understand that Yeshua said this, in this world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. He also said, remember that if the world hates you, it's because they hated me first, and it's your identity in me that they're really after. So don't take it super personal. Realize that it is the Yeshua in you. If indeed you are walking after the heart and the character, the demonstration of the honor of Yeshua. Now, if you're being obnoxious and you're intentionally poking and provoking people, that's not, if you're getting payback for that, that's not what we're talking about here. But if you're walking after the heart and the character of Yeshua and you get trouble for it, rejoice, he said, and celebrate that you're worthy, counted worthy to suffer for his name. So we should see then that the time that has come for the rectification of some things. The army has been counted. And instead of being formed into divisions and sent on the battlefield, the allotment for inheritance was first given. But now is the time to fight. And a select group of men are going to go onto the battlefield and they're going to physically engage in warfare. Not avenging themselves, but avenging the honor and the glory of Yah. What we may miss here is that Moshe is told immediately after this is accomplished, you're going to die. Yet he immediately obeyed Yah, not caring for his life, but caring for Israel. There's another loyalty, not only to Yah, but to Am Israel. May our hearts be fixed, O Yah. May they be fixed. More tomorrow. We'll see you then. Until then, shalom.